Boy, do I have an opportunity for you. How would you like to work constantly and be guaranteed no money? Opportunity of a lifetime, booming business, best time to join who? Top MLM, billion-dollar company? Where? I don't know. We don't know her. Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Chelsea. I know that. You knew that. We all know it. So does Wiggum. Say happy birthday to Wiggum in the comments below. His 5th birthday is in 2 days. No, not 2 days. 3 days? 2 days. What day is it? 4 days. It's on the 11th. 7-Eleven, we're gonna go get Slurpees. And maybe Slim Jims, who knows? Speaking of Wiggum though, I am just a lady with a bulldog, Wiggum, a camera and too many opinions. And it is that time of year, again, for us to do some, what I like to call monate math. Now, if y'all know anything about monate math, and don't get me wrong, it is possible to lie, fib, manipulate, all of the above with statistics, especially when you're presented with the wrong information and just essentially doing the math wrong. I mean, we've shown that in the many videos that we've done on the Visionary Founders Share pool over the last month. I'll tell you, I do be beating a dead horse. I do be sinking and setting on fire a sinking ship. It's that time of year again for Monate Math 101, Monate Math 2024. We've done this video where I go over the income disclosure statement really for, I mean, we've done it a lot. We do it every year. Come on, you know you look forward to it by this time. A lot of times people are unable to find the annual income disclosure statements for MLMs in general. They are not required to release them. So we are happy that Monat not only does release it, but also has included more and more information as the years have gone on. One thing that we're not happy about is that they have taken longer each year to release them. It is crazy. In 2021, I'm pretty sure they dropped that in like March, which okay, not too horrible. Like at the end of the first quarter of, you know, that following year, I'd say that's not too crazy. 2022, it was like May. And I was like, okay, girl, what are y'all doing over there? What are you doing? It's literally not that hard. If I figured out how to pull the reports in your internal revenue reporting system, you should be able to do it real quick. Apparently they fired that person that had done that, allegedly. Yikes. But also like, girl, reach out to me. You're fired. Let's talk. Anonymously, because I don't want you to get hired assassins sent after you by the Urdaneta family, because seems like something they would do. They're probably gonna burn my house down. That's a joke. Calm down. I swear they're gonna make me have to hire my lawyer. I know that sounds weird. Have to hire my lawyer. I have like a legal like consulting type person that I talk to and like go over stuff with, and then like someone I like, you know, talk to a lot and go over stuff with, but the person who would actually represent me and do like litigation for me, he's amazing. So as we've seen from history itself, Monat's numbers have just been dwindling more and more and more. And it's really just so, at this point, I'd say sad, but nah. Like the numbers are out there. If the numbers weren't out there, okay, I would maybe feel bad for you. And yes, I still do feel bad and have empathy for these people sometimes, but like, do I? But the numbers are out there. You're just being intentionally ignorant to this information, and that's on you. I present to you the annual Monat Money Breakdown. So what are we going over today? Well, why am I subjecting y'all to this? I'll tell you what. 2024 income disclosure statement. And then we're going to go over comparisons to the last year's because, dear God, it's abysmal. And then making Monat math make sense? So like I said, it's easy to manipulate these numbers by doing certain formulas and just ish that don't even make sense. And also when you look at all these numbers and these income disclosure statements, just from like a bird's eye view or just like a quick glance, then okay, it may not seem that bad. Or when someone is pulling your eye to like a certain number, for instance, on these income disclosure statements, you'll see a lot of the times it will highlight the average annual income, which is always higher than the median annual income. When discussing a wide range of annual incomes, saying just in general that the average annual income or average annual revenue for a Monat market partner for the year of blah, blah, blah is blank, they obviously do that on purpose, in my opinion, because talking about the average number is going to be skewed when you have certain people at a rank making $10,000 in 1 year and then $0 a year. However, if there's someone making $0 and then $0, $0, $10, $15, $20. And you have like bunched up over here, a bunch of 70 people making $0 to $20. 30 people, so it's out of 100. So then like 30 people scattered around between $70 and $100. The average of that is going to be more skewed towards the 100. What we need to see is what's the majority? Like, what are most people making? Well, at whatever level, most people are making towards the bottom, you know, it's not towards the top. So it's just interesting that on these income disclosure statements, they focus on average, but realistically, when we're talking about these figures and monetary and things like that, we want to focus on the median. That's actually the average. That gives us a more proper and realistic idea of what people are actually making. Listen, I don't always put these income disclosure statement videos out right away because I got to do math. I literally made this presentation over like 3 days because I had to get all this stuff. I had to do all the math, and I always want to like triple check my math because I'm not saying that all of this is 1,000,000,000% fact because of this. And I'm not saying that, oh, well, this is my opinion, but this is, you know, the hard-hitting facts of what I'm getting it from. I'm saying that, hey, my math could be wrong. It could be. If it is, please prove that to me. But also, I am saying that my opinions are based off of this math that I think is right. Might not be. Can you tell I'm not trying to get sued by Monat? I'm sure they'll try it this year again. I mean, that really would not be good for them though, because I will fund an entire documentary just on that, and that'll fuel my fire even more. I will become famous off of them suing me. All right, so the 2023 Monat income disclosure statement. This one is a little weird though too, because they included a one for the half of 2024 as well, which is strange. We'll look at that at the very end because I didn't even make a slide for that because I was like, that's weird. Also, if you already have those numbers for 2024, why did it take you 6 months to release the information for 2023? What I think happened is that the 2023 numbers are so abysmal that they were like, you know what, let's put out the 2020 information too, so it like makes it look, it's better, I guess. I don't know, but it makes it worse in my opinion. It's like, why would y'all release this? I don't know, maybe it's a mistranslation, right? So here it says that the average, which of course is most likely going to be larger than the reality of it, which is, it's better to look at the median, like I said. So the average annual income, $888. Revenue, not profit. If the average person is buying a $300, like plus shipping and all that, starter kit, then realistically it's probably around $600. That's real depressing. But then realistically, again, they're showing us the average and not the median, so it's probably even lower than that. So the bottom rank here, market partner, 91.15% of girly pops at the bottom of the pyramid with an annual median income of $26. Low annual income is $0, and the high for that level is $14,000, and the median is only $26. We can clearly assume, in my opinion, majority of that 91% are losing money at the bottom of the company, right? That's wild. Also, 2023, Monat had annual sales revenue of less than $350 million. I'm saying less than because what they self-reported was that Alacor Inc. or Alacor Corp, Alacora Corp, whatever, the parent company of Monat did around $350 million in annual sales revenue for 2023. But that's not only including Monat. It's including Monat and all the other, like the 4 other companies that are under that. So that would mean that Monat made less than that, right? Because they're not the only one making up that number. Big yikes there, buddy. So let's say, just looking at these numbers, that's overwhelming for you. You're more of a visual learner. Don't worry, I got you. I've made a pie chart and a graph here. So, yeah, pretty overwhelming, huh? There's not even a bar for SED. That's crazy. You can't even see the sliver for SED, or I mean for almost like any of these. And let's break this down more. Again, I'm not saying these are like definite, but this is from the information that I just did the math. So like I said, this is just from the information and me taking that total number that they provided. Thank God they do that now. I do appreciate that. And then seeing what percentage, whatever rank is at that level. Again, not trying to get sued. Would not surprise me if they did that to me this year, but me and Stu and Tony's husband can just go to lunch then, I guess, and just start a club. We'll meet on Wednesdays. Over 100,000 market partners at the bottom rank. Over 100,000. And that was by the end of the year. And then with SED and ED, it usually says less than, and then the percentage. So I thought it was interesting that it didn't say that this year, but that's usually what it says, and only 10. So let's go ahead and go over real quickly the last few years. And I know people usually can't find the past year ones. Well, guess what? On my old blog, which I actually am going to stop paying for, and so I need to transition everything over to my new website, ChelseaSuarez.com. But it's all until I stop paying for it. It's also on, which I guess I can't stop paying for it because I need that domain because my email's attached to it. Whatever. I'll just put it on my new website also. I guess I'm just going to pay for that for the rest of my life. So I have, over the last couple years, I've just added to this one page on my website, and all of these are on there. So you can clearly see this craziness. You know what? I'll save this presentation on there too. So 2021, they had an annual sales revenue of less than $632.5 million. An average annual revenue for the market partners of $831, which is crazy. And then we can see here that we have over 93% of all of the reps in Monat are at the bottom rank with a median income of $21, which would mean that the majority of people in the company are losing money. Monat reps may say, oh, well, those are just people who aren't active. That's including people who aren't active too. And those are just people who didn't work. And those are people who just signed up for the discount. Yeah, that excuse doesn't work anymore. I'm just telling you right now, it doesn't. We're done with that excuse because that's crazy, because there's a lot of people who sign up for Monat and can never make a sale and have never recruited anyone. I have talked to so many people that that's the case for them, and they just keep trying and trying and it just doesn't work. So no, that rebuttal is invalid. And if that was the case, then they wouldn't include those, in my opinion. So you like graphics? Because guess what? I made a pie chart about how much I like pie. Same thing. Abysmal. So abysmal. And then let's see how many are at each rank in 2021. And don't worry, we're going to compare all these year by year as well, all together on the same page. 279,101 market partners at the bottom rank. Now 2022. 2 years out of the pandemic, let's see what's poppin', y'all. Over 91% of market partners at the bottom of the pyramid with a median income of $34, which just like the last few years would mean that most people are not only at the bottom of the pyramid, but also the majority of people are losing money. Also in 2022, there was an average annual income. Again, I'd like to see the median, but the average annual income of $865. And Monat had an annual sales revenue of less than, again saying less than, due to the reason I said before, around 376 million doll hairs. That's a lot of hair. That's a lot of doll hairs. And then we have our little graphics again. Take a gander at those. Looks exactly the same, doesn't it? And then our little snapshot of how many market partners are at each rank. 141,875 market partners at the bottom rank by the end of 2022. And again, that doesn't mean that they never, they joined that year and never ranked up. It's people, to my knowledge, people, and this has been explained to me by people in this MLM too, but people that have ended the year at that rank. So they could have been AED or whatever other rank and then just dropped ranks so significantly and ended up at that rank at the end of the year. Okay, got it. Great. Now let's go over some annual totals because I'm all boned up for the fact that they have been including these numbers at the bottom of the income disclosure statement for the past 3 years now. This is the end of year total market partners. Okay. So we have in 2021, right after the network marketing boom of the pandemic, which if you really think about it, that's so messed up. 298,952 total end of year market partners. And then by 2022, just slice that almost in half. Crazy, right? You know what's also crazy? Almost a 50%, I believe it was 43 or 47, something like that. 40-ish% decrease in their annual sales revenue too. Pretty weird how the number of market partners seems to directly correlate to the annual sales revenue. It's almost like that's where you make all your money. All right, so then 2023, last year, because I'm in the future too with you, decreased by around 50,000. It's probably going to be so much more next year. Yikes. And then one thing that they include as well is how many market partners qualify for the motor club bonus, but then also how many of them that qualified actually were eligible. That makes sense, I think. Who knows? Not Monat, because none of this makes sense either, to me at least, because I'm working off that Monat math, I guess. So in 2021, it said that 0.45%, and also it said that for 2022, 0.45%, less than 1%, less than half of 1% of market partners that were at that rank, whatever, that many market partners were eligible for the thing. That little snapshot that they're showing us, that number is showing that it's the how many market partners qualified for it throughout the entire year, okay? So per each year. By the end of the year, if you look at those numbers and you go from market mentor, which is the caddy qualifying rank, and then go down to the ones that are above that, because obviously those people who are above it would qualify for it too. Those numbers don't match up. And we've said many times that it is so hard to keep your rank in any MLM, but especially at the market mentor and above rank in Monat. And a lot of the people who will qualify for that Cadillac rank and for the bonus won't qualify for the bonus every single month, which is so crazy. Are you trying to pay a $600 car payment out of your own pocket when you've worked so hard and so much to be able to get that and yet have it in your name? Listen, if you do that, that's dumb and that's on you. But also it's on society, man. You're being manipulated. So no, it's not your fault, but also what are you doing? That's not a company car. It's not a company car if you're paying for it. I just find it very interesting that yes, we've already seen and understood that many people who get this caddy qualifying whatever don't always qualify for the payment, and they'll never tell you that. Now, once they leave, yes, but they'll never tell you that. In 2021, the number of market partners that made it to that rank and qualified for that total throughout the entire year, even if they dropped the rank, they did make it at one point and qualified and were eligible for it, was over 1,300. Yet by the end of the year, per the income disclosure statement, only around 953 market partners were at that rank or above. There are a whole lot of market partners who were not getting that car bonus anymore. That sucks. So that's what I'm trying to say here. So then with 2022, that was 2021, we just talked about, obviously. And then 2022, we have throughout the entire year, number of market partners at or above is 699. And then by the end of the year, I feel so bad. It's so sad, but also I don't. And then by the end of the year, it's 495. So again, that's 200 market partners who SOL because now they're having to, pay that out of their own pocket. And then 2023, yikes. That number gets bigger and bigger each year. The difference, 937, yet by the end of the year, it's 345. That's a 600 person difference. That's crazy. That's insane. That's insane. Now let's do a little side-by-side little comparison of the percentage of market partners per rank. It's just so crazy because not only the number of market partners has decreased significantly, and then also the number of median annual income has just gotten worse. These numbers more or less kind of have stayed within the same range. And that's really interesting to me. When you take into account all of the other numbers, it is pretty jarring to see. So I just find it super interesting because it's okay, these people at the bottom are always losing money. The people in the middle chunk of the comp plan are making money and then losing money. And then the people at the bottom are making money and then losing money. So it's just crazy how you can see now, progressively, the decrease is seeping its way further up the pyramid, so to speak. And that is amazing. And we love that. We love it. We love it so much. So in this income disclosure statement which is so weird again, the first half of 2024, it even says at the top that the compensation plan was changed and it was updated to reinstate the active line requirements for ranks MMP, AMB, and MB. So I think it was because they tried to make it to where they could rank up with just selling, but then I think they realized, hey, we don't really make a lot of money with that, so let's get rid of that. And that's just hilarious. It was like their affiliate partner program or whatever, and it's like, no. And of course, a good amount of MLMs do offer that. Not necessarily that you can rank up to a certain point without recruiting, but like kind of, it's stupid. And this is interesting because I can't really say or really compare these numbers to the ones for like the entire year because it's just half a year, and I can't just double this and like assume that they're going to do the same, because I actually think they're going to do worse for the rest of the year because of how many people they've lost and are continuing to lose throughout the year. So let's look at the annual median gross income then. Oh, $0. Cool. That makes it easy. Yikes. But the thing is that we don't know how many people are currently in Monat because they've lost so many people. All right. Yeah. I don't know how many people are in Monat still currently, but I'd say it's safe to say that it's under 100,000. All right, y'all. I really hope that you enjoyed this Monat math. I have to go to the dentist because guess what? I haven't been since I was 9 weeks pregnant. If you are not subscribed, you are, how do you say, dead to me? However, if you are subscribed, your butt looks so good. And you make me happier than me bedazzling things because that makes me so happy. I love it so much. And I appreciate you. And listen, if you're in Monat and you're watching this and like trying to make sense of it, or maybe you were about to join Monat, put in the comments below. Like, I mean, you'll probably see people in the comments below being like, oh my God, I was about to join. But listen, Monat clearly, look at these numbers released by them. Am I a liar? Because that's what the Monat girls always used to say. You're a liar. You're just a hater. You're like spreading misinformation. Hey, this is directly from the company that you work for. So who's lying? Me or is it them? What's going on? I don't know. I'm just a lady with a bulldog, a camera, and too many opinions. I did have a dream last night that Monat sued me, and y'all know how I do be telling the future sometimes. Just like I called that Jessie Lee Ward was going to get cancer. I don't know how I did that. Your butt looks so good. I appreciate you. Please do subscribe. Also, please subscribe to my new podcast that is releasing August 2nd, Friday, August 2nd, with Sherilyn Dale. She's my co-host, and I would appreciate you so much if you subscribe to that. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers over on that channel before we launch. So please do. I would appreciate you so much. It's going to be super spicy and a little bit messy, and I'm really excited. So if you want me to do a income disclosure statement, if the company releases income disclosure statements type of breakdown video, like comparing the last few years for any other company, please let me know and I will do that. Leave it in the comments below. Appreciate you. You're the best. And I'll see you in my next video. Goodbye.